Good morning, I'm Sharaad Kuttan and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines. It's the 18th of April. Today, as expected, the story of the untimely death of Karpal Singh, long-time lawmaker, a political activist for the Democratic Action Party, and a man who had an appeal on a sedition case hanging over his head. The Attorney General's office was looking to impose a custodial sentence following his conviction. Now, that is the story that's not being played up. What's being played up is his contributions to the nation. So I think there's a bit of a sleight of hand there in the media. They're not looking at what really was going on in Karpal's life just before he died. They are doing, and rightly so, tributes to the man. Now there you have it, the son, Karpal, killed. He was killed in a car crash that took the life also of his personal assistant, Michael Cornelius. That's on the front page of the Sun. It hurt his driver and his son, Ram Karpal, and his Indonesian domestic maid is in critical condition. So that's the story to follow up on. Though in many ways, the minor characters in these political dramas, in the political life of our nation, often don't get as much play. So Karpal is the man, the center of the story. Berita Harian has their Perjalanan Terakhir Karpal. Utusan also carries a story on the man who perhaps was in many ways their nemesis and somebody I'm sure they didn't give much sympathetic coverage of during his time, his many decades in Parliament. There you have the star, again, a man that was a nemesis of the party that backs this newspaper, owns this paper, MCA. But I guess in true Malaysian fashion, when someone dies, you usually are respectful and you say things that are positive. So there you have rather mawkish headline, but I think that's something that would appeal to many people because that's exactly how they felt about the man. Karpal is dead, but his roar will live on. So there you have it. Now, there are several things that have been in the social media recently, and that has to do with unfortunate comments, mocking, hurtful comments. I mean, one in particular, BN's Langkawi MP and Kereta Api Tanah Melayu chairperson Nawawi Ahmad made some unfortunate remarks about Karpal in his death, and Zulnordin too. And I echo the sentiments of Kari Jamaluddin, a Minister of Sports and Youth, who said to Zulnordin, "Shut up, really shut up." Now, this is a story that has implications also in terms of how he died. Now, he died in a traffic accident. And in the papers also is a traffic accident involving the State Assemblyman of Palo in Kelantan. He was injured and his wife perished in this accident. Happened almost simultaneously with that of Karpal, just I think a day apart. Now, what's happening with our traffic situation? How many Malaysians are actually killed on the road? And how do we compare to other countries? The New Straits Times has Karpal there, much more silent tribute if you like. The other side of the story is because it's the ongoing story of MH370. They focus on the hardware. But there is another story that's in the internet-based media, and that's, of course, the call for the resignation of the Armed Forces Chief. He's having his tenure extended. Does he deserve an extension? We don't really know. It depends on how you looked at his competence levels during the crisis. Sinar Harian goes with the water story. There you have it. Karpal manages a small spot in Sinar Harian's front page. Jangan Sobong, that's got to do with water issues and negotiations between Negeri Sembilan and Selangor. Here, a call for the end of rationing, but the question is, can we afford it? Now, Harian Metro also there with Karpal, the Palo Adun, and another probably entirely forgettable story on the front page. There was something very interesting, though, in the middle of Harian Metro, and that's this story. So there's a story about a man who gets 6 months jail for stealing 5 kain batik. 5 kain batik. He got 6 months. Toyo, former Menteri Besar of Selangor, got 12 months for millions of dollars allegedly embezzled or, that involved abuse of power. So, $1 million and more gets you 12 months. 5 kain batik gets you 6 months. That's what you call class-based justice, a Malaysian style. Something I guess Karpal would be very interested in as a lawyer, man who defended many from the gallows, from all kinds of injustices. And before I go, The question is, what is the word of the day? I think the word and the concept is tribute. What is a fitting tribute to a man? Is it just the nice things he did? Is it a nuanced picture of his life and his contributions, as well as maybe his darker side? We don't know. It's a question of how you like your tributes. I like my tributes nuanced. I look forward to a critical but sympathetic assessment of Karpal's contributions to Malaysian political life. That's something that we have to wait. But in the meantime, if you need to read something rather heartfelt, I would read Azmi Shara on the Malaysian Insider. He has a little piece called "Above All, Karpal Was a Great Father." So that's all I have for you this morning on BFM's Morning Headlines. It's Adieu Karpal from BFM and myself, Sharaad Kuttan, BFM 89.9.